For numbers 1 through 6, we are subtracting. So on number 1, when we have 9x plus 5 and then minus 4x plus 3, I like to combine the like terms right away. So 9x and minus 4x. So 9x minus 4x. And I know that 9x minus 4x is 5x. And then I like to combine the numbers. So 5 minus, again, 3. So 5 minus a positive 3 is 2. And so when I combine these, I get 5x plus 2, because this is a positive 2. Again, for number 2, I'm going to combine the like terms right away. So I'm going to combine a minus x and another minus x. So minus x, or negative x minus x, is a negative 2x. And then when I combine a positive 3 and a minus negative 5, when we combine a minus and a negative, it becomes a positive. So 3 plus 5 it will be. And I know that that equals 8. And so when I combine these two items, minus 2x plus 8 is our final answer. As you can see, I already combined these terms down below. So when I take a 3x, a positive 3x, subtracting a positive x, I have 3x minus x, which is 2x. And when I have a positive 4, subtracting a positive 2, 4 minus 2 I know is 2. And when I combine these, I get 2x plus 2. For problem 4, I have also combined the terms already. And when I take a 7x minus a positive 3x, I get a positive 4x. And when I take a positive 5 minus a positive 2, I get a 3. So when I combine 4x plus 3, I get my final answer. For this problem, I'm going to combine like terms like I have been doing. So I take a positive 9x minus a positive x to get a positive 8x. And then when I combine a negative 8, subtracting a positive 4, I get negative 12. So when I combine 8x and a negative 12, I get 8x minus 12. For this problem, I'll be combining 9x and subtracting 5x. So 9x minus 5x is 4x. And then when I have a subtracted 12, that's a negative 12, subtracting a negative 7, subtracting a negative 7, these become positives. So 12, or negative 12 plus 7 is negative 5. So when I combine these two, I get 4x minus 5. So as you can see, number 16 is already done for you in the book, but if you've been following this solving method, then I will follow that with you. So when you take a negative 2x minus 1 plus a negative x, and then when you subtract a negative, you get a positive, and so that would be plus 7. And when you combine these, when you combine negative 1 plus 7, you get a positive 6. And when you combine negative 2x minus x, you get a negative 3x. So your answer to this problem is negative 3x plus 6. For number 18, when you combine a negative, just kidding, that's a positive 9x plus 5, and you add a negative 6 plus 8, you get, when you combine 5 and 8, you get 13, a positive 13. And then when you have the positive 9x minus 6x, you get 3x. So your final answer is 3x plus 13. For this problem, when you combine negative 8x plus 1 and you add negative 8x plus 1, you get 1 plus 1 equals 2, and then positive 2. And then when you combine negative 8x and negative 8x, you get negative 16x. So your final answer is negative 16x plus 2. When combining these terms, you get 4x plus 10, and you add positive 3x minus 5. And when you take 10 minus 5, you get positive 5. And when you combine 4x plus 3x, you get a 7x. So your final answer for number 20 is 7x plus 5. For 21, when you combine negative 6x minus 11, and you add positive 2x and a positive 4, what you get when you add these two things together is when you add negative 11 plus 4, you get a negative 7. And when you have a negative 6 plus 2, or negative 6x plus 2x, you get negative 4x. So your final equation is negative 4x plus 7. For the word problem on number 22, it reads, the number of questions on a math test is represented by 3x plus 1, and the number of questions on a spelling test is represented by x plus 12. Write an expression to find how many more questions were on the math test. So when I am finding out how many more were on the math test, I will be subtracting the math test minus the spelling test. So when I combine these two things, I have to first write an expression to find how many more questions were on the math test. So positive 3x plus 1, and then you're adding a negative x and a negative 12. So when I take positive 1 minus 12, you get negative 11. And then when you take 3x minus x, you get 2x. So that's first your expression. And then you have to evaluate the expression if the value of x is 8. So when you put x within this equation right here, you take 2 times 8, which is 16, minus 11, and 16 minus 11 is 5. When you take a 5.7x minus 0.8 and you add a negative 4.9x, and when you subtract a negative, it becomes a positive, so positive 1.4. So when you add negative 0.8 plus 1.4, you get a positive 0.6. And then when you take 5.7x minus 4.9x, you get 0.8x. So your final equation reads 0.8x plus 0.6. When you take a negative 5/6x plus 5.5, and you add a negative 2/3 x and a negative 4. When you combine 5.5 minus 4, you get 1.5. And then when you take 5/6 x minus 2/3 x, you get 1 1/2 x, negative 1 1/2 x, and this is positive, so your final equation reads negative 1 1/2 x plus 1 1/2. For number 25, the first step is to do the distributive property. So 2 times x plus 1, so when you take 2 times x, you get 2x, and 2 times positive 1, you get plus 2. And then we are subtracting 3x. So we have positive 2 and negative x. So when we combine those, we get negative x plus 2. For the last problem, again, we do the distributive property. So when we take 5 times x minus 3, we get 5x minus 15, and then we are subtracting an x. So our final answer for number 26 is 4x minus 15.